So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on, so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So how are you today? Awesome. Happy Friday. I got a happy Friday going. I get a Friday morning and I have nothing to do on Fridays. I don't plan Fridays. And then I just find something fun to do. And sometimes I'm working on a Friday because I just find it fun. Other times I go ride a motorcycle, do stuff. What are you doing today? Another question, are you a leader or are you a member of the tribe? Which one are you? Been coming up a lot lately on a lot of calls I'm doing with these business owners I'm working with. And it's eye-opening for them when we chat with it. I'll give you that today, okay? Leader or tribal member or maybe both. Which one are you? It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day and practical as well, because we want to make sure what we're doing is working. It just makes sense. It does. Listen, I really, really love, just anything positivity, anything unicorn and rainbow. I can make fun of that sometimes, but I love that. Who doesn't, right? But I've never been able to achieve that without being practical about the world around me. I just haven't been able to. And so when I think that way, life changes for me. And life is, you know that, you're smart. You know it already. But there are some people listening right now who they're running away from the practical. They're running away from the stuff, got to pay the bills on time, or you don't get good credit. You don't get all the stuff that goes with that, right? Got to show up at work on time. Got to do your job well. Some people are saying, well, why? I mean, I should be able to do things I want to do. But there are certain things in life that are just practical. And when you accept that, you kind of grow up and grow into it and you get whatever you want in life. That's it. Hey, it's me, Scott Smith. Good to have you. Thanks for stopping by as we do the show today. And been a fun couple of weeks. And I've already written the next couple of weeks. I'm writing them well in advance right now so I can really spend some time with them and then do the shows that I think I want to do and I think you want to hear. It's going to be a fun ride coming up very soon. Every Friday, the question is, sorry, that's Monday's question. Mondays, I say, have you done your homework? Wednesdays, what can I do? But Fridays, it's how do you want to feel, or how do I want to feel? I want to feel good. I've been working out. I've been going to bed early, getting up early, been meditating, been having a good time, writing a lot. Want to feel good, want to feel productive, want to feel on a path that I enjoy. And yes, been riding the motorcycle more than a few times a day sometimes. How do you want to feel? when you demand a good answer for that question, and there is nothing other than a good answer because your subconscious mind, your unconscious mind, your whatever you want to call it, your subconscious, it's going to tell you, you want to feel good. So ask yourself, how do you want to feel? So are you a leader or a member of the tribe? Which one are you? So over the past few years, there has been a trend in business. Now, I'm not making any political statements here whatsoever, although some of you will hear it that way. But I watch news, I pay attention to businesses, I do everything else. But there's been a trend toward an open, communicative, friendly, and very supportive environment in business. I believe that's good. I like that. I think it's the way it should be. It should be, I think, a business environment can be business, but should be very pleasant. It should be fun. Yeah, it's going to be stressful. There's no doubt about it. There's stuff. It's called work for a reason. But still, there's no reason why it can't be a great place to be, right? But there's been a confusion, I think, amongst everybody in the company and some customers too. And I see this play out, and this is why this podcast is coming up today. I actually see it play out with my clients who are in the leadership positions. I talk to them all the time. I also talk to some folks who are kind of on the other side of that, who are not in the leadership position, and are kind of looking up the ladder and going, what's happening here? So who's in charge? Who's the leader? Where are we heading? What's going on? So the first thing I want to say is, without a strong vision applied to the entire momentum of the company, there's going to be no momentum. So assuming you have some momentum, and obviously you have to build to that if you're going to have a team. The ideas that percolate from everybody that's on the team, everybody's involved, absolutely have so much value. But everybody needs to gather them into a vision that everybody can understand, believe in, and work toward every single day. So everybody is important in what they do and how they do and how they contribute. There's just no doubt about that. And that's the way we build these teams and move forward, make everybody just really be able to do what they're going to do. But everybody's in a different place too. A different path in life, a different skill set. They have a different view and perspective of the world. If you're 25 years old, you're going to see the world different than if you're 45. And you may not know it at that point, but you do. So as I spend time consulting business owners, they're running face first into this issue because some of the employees, like I said, are doing it as well because of a couple of things. And that's where the first link in the chain breaks. And by the way, the first link in the chain is not the first link. It's the chain could be 25 links long, and it stresses and stresses and stresses. And then 7 or 8 links down the chain, it begins to break. And man, it fell apart. I learned that when I was flying airplanes. It wasn't the first thing that got you in trouble. It was when you didn't catch the first, second, third, fourth thing. It was down the road a little bit. And then you go, what happened? Didn't catch the first couple things. So here's what I found in this one with this chain that breaks, it's link that breaks. Yes, employees want to feel heard, valued, and part of the team. And they love it when their bosses are part of the tribe that they're in, just like them. Hang out with them. Cool people, right? They work to create an environment that makes them all feel respected, all equal. They like it. Maybe hang out, go out to dinner, have some drinks, do stuff like that. Nothing wrong with that at all within reason. Because the boss is still the boss. If only because the boss has different responsibilities. The boss has a different vision. The boss has a different area that they have to cover. That's it. So speaking of the boss, anybody who runs a company wants to be part of the tribe as well. And they feel like they want to be one of the team. And they feel like it's good to get into the team and hang out with the team and act like the team and talk like the team and be like the team, the whole thing. They want to get in the trenches to help everybody succeed. Everybody wants to do that. Not only is it culturally really popular right now to want to do that, but still it causes lots of confusion. The boss is still the boss. The folks who work for the boss still work for the boss. That's kind of how it is. And no matter how you do a Netflix kind of tree where you don't have a traditional tree or a corporate tree where you do have a tree, it's still the same dynamic, a different responsibility. So the dynamic's always going to be present because there's always going to be a divide between the leader and those being led. Now, the solution, I think, is to look at it a little bit differently. And I learned this a long time ago. Very, very difficult to do for some people. But once you grasp this concept, it's easy. So every member of your team is a member of the tribe, and everybody has a job. That includes the boss. But the difference is this. Employees may love it when their leader is also one of them, but they also need that person to cast a vision, to move the team forward and to help them achieve their dreams. In other words, they're all equal. They're all part of the same tribe, but the boss is the chief of the tribe. And he came up maybe through the tribe. Maybe he advanced through it or she advanced through it and got to where they wanted to be. And they're still very much part of the entire culture of the entire company. And yet at the same time, they're the boss. They think differently. They act differently. They make different decisions, different than you. So they are the same, but they're a little bit different. And when you're on the employee side and you recognize that and you know that, okay, different set of responsibilities. They get me. They understand me. They know what's going on, but they have to think differently, a bigger picture. And if you're on the boss side, like, I'm just like them. I'm one of them. I love my employees, but I have a different responsibility to move them forward and take care of them. I look at the world a little bit differently. We are one and the same, and yet we're just a little bit different. When you get to that point, you understand that, suddenly all this makes sense. So culturally, you define your company like that, and everybody gets on board with you. It's a magical thing. Because when you think about it, there are some people who are like, you know what? I love that we're hanging out and we're cool, but I really, really appreciate you're leading the way. And others are saying, hey, I love the fact that we're hanging out being cool, and I appreciate you letting me lead the way. And together is where that synergy happens and magic happens. Something for you to think about as you roll into the weekend. I'll see you Monday.